Boy, that music takes me back. This is Grassland, the very first world of one of my favorite games, Super Mario Bros. 3. I have a special appreciation for a lot of the introductory levels of games that set the tone for your experience, like Glass Joe and Punch-Out, or the downtown level of the Simpsons arcade game. By their nature of being first, they were always the parts of the game I played the most, thus they were always the most memorable. So even though Pipeland is probably my favorite world, I just think the level designs are really cool, my favorite map will always be Grassland. Well, let's take another stroll down memory lane as I redesign this iconic map and shrink it down to a simplified 12 by 12 inches. I can't say it's the first video game map I encountered because, of course, using maps was a huge element in the first Zelda and Metroid games. But to my knowledge, this might have been the first time there was an overview map of an entire world to connect different levels, and you got to choose your path, often giving you an alternate route to the castle if there was a level you just couldn't beat. I remember the first time I played it, I didn't know what all these little extra locations were. Mushroom House? A playing card? Oh, there were mini-games within the game! Cool! You could also get items in the levels or from the princess's letters that you could use only exclusively on the map. Like the hammer to break rocks from blocking your path, or that cloud that would let you float over a level to skip it. Oh, and we can't forget the warp whistle, made famous in the movie The Wizard.
That's the magic flute!
It's a warp whistle! I'm not having this debate again. Anyway, I also always really liked how your little Mario icon would change depending on the outfit or power-ups you had on. Gotta love details like that, like how the markers on the paths between levels are little coins. Something else that's interesting about this map, and all the Mario 3 maps actually, is that Grassland is already its own form of pixel art because it's on a grid, often referred to as a tile set. Instead of looking at it as one bead or one pixel at a time, look at each sprite as a 5x5 design. Then it's just a matter of arranging them in order. See how everything lines up perfectly? Love that. Remember, when ironing something this big, take your time, starting on one side and making your way across the beads in a circular motion, giving some extra attention to the lines where the pegboards meet. Sometimes the slight height discrepancy between the boards can cause some beads not to entirely fuse, so make sure it's all connected well before you lift it up off the pegboards. Then, give it a few once-overs on the flat table for a nice, smooth finish. I was originally going to have the bottom panels be connected to the map piece, but let's make it a separate piece so we can have a 3D element on the canvas. Just make sure to paint the bottom section black. Then, it's just a matter of gluing everything together. Be sure to line up those edges. And we're done! I'm really loving the way this turned out. Just like when we made the Hyrule map from Link to the Past, there's something immensely satisfying about shrinking down these full screenshots into simplified versions while maintaining enough detail to keep it recognizable. I really had to work to keep the designs clean and not just becoming a mess. But now the question becomes, what map is next? Let me know if you have any ideas in the comments. I didn't have to go far for this inspiration. Grassland has been my mousepad for years. So, if you ever wanted to make this map, but found the original 25 square foot pattern a bit daunting, here you go. Check out the link in the description for my DIY pattern to make your own. Have fun, and I'll see you soon with more Perler Bead projects.